Just as so many people predicted in the lead up to the release of Dragon Age the Veilguard, it has been a complete and total disaster for BioWare. Obviously, the critics and the gamers very much split on this game, and despite the fact that so many members of the mainstream media tried to hype up this game and tell us, look at all the players on Steam on the first few days, it has fallen off hard. Didn't reach nearly the levels that BioWare was expecting for this. And now, all across the industry, we're hearing that, well, looks like it's a massive disappointment. The fact that BioWare and the Dragon Age account, none of them have shared the official numbers for sales yet. Very interesting, isn't it? It's almost like they don't want to put them out because they're embarrassed by it. Multiple inside sources support claims of abysmal Dragon Age the Veilguard sales. And what we're talking about is somewhere in the range of, 500,000 copies sold, certainly less than 1 million. That's what some of these sources are claiming in regards to BioWare's, what they had put so much on, what they claimed was their biggest IP. This game that's been in development for the better part of a decade, that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and that every step along the way they tried to tell you, hey, this is all about DEI, this is all about agenda. Doesn't matter what you want, Dragon Age fans, we're going to give you our life experience and you're going to have to like it. And now, funny enough, even IGN, who very famously gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9 right before it came out and just told people, this is so amazing, you have to go out and play it. Looks like even IGN doesn't agree with IGN. IGN has changed its mind about Veilguard after giving it a 9 of 10 to trick people to buy the game. Now, 2 weeks after the game is a failure, not even 1 million units sold, players are nervous and ask for the return of the game. IGN's trying to get away with it and post a review that should have been from the beginning. Now, I will put this out there. I say this a lot when we see these ridiculous different numbers from IGN. They have individual reviewers, right, that will review a certain game, and maybe some dude might think it's a 5, maybe some dude might think it's a 9. You could have the same thing across a variety of different websites, whatever. But it's a funny look, isn't it, to have IGN come out with an article that's really kind of bashing Dragon Age the Veilguard and saying that it's at war with itself, that it's incoherent, that it doesn't make sense, and even calling out IGN's own review. Dragon Age the Veilguard is at war with itself. The sequel to Inquisition's Dreadwolf story is trapped in an action game with no interest in the past. There's a line in our Dragon Age the Veilguard review, the one where IGN gave it a 9 out of 10, that has stuck with me throughout my own playthrough. It's hilarious that no one ever says the word Veilguard out loud across 100 hours played of this dialogue-packed campaign, exposing a last-minute marketing pivot for what it was. The more I play the Veilguard, the more it feels like it's awkwardly in conflict with itself, torn into pieces that reflect two very different intentions. One a sequel to a decade-old RPG, the other a fresh beginning with no ties to what came before it. And it goes on and on and on, but this is a common theme that a lot of people have said about this game, and that's not even getting in to some of the insane dialogue choices and the cringe clips that have gone absolutely viral. But this is truly what happens when you decide to give this game and the entire development of this game over to people who are activists, who don't care about what gamers want. They don't care about entertaining people. They care about putting their agenda into the game. The game director is trans, so guess what? We have to put this entire cringe, non-binary, quasi-trans story arc into it that's not based on what you, the player, are choosing to do. Instead, you're forced to sit through these things as your companion goes through them. You can't opt out of it. You can't berate them. You can't disagree with them. It's all about acceptance, because that's what the game industry has turned into when you put activists in these positions. It continues to get worse for Dragon Age the Veilguard, and despite no official report from BioWare, the very fact that after the first weekend, and now over a week, well over a week after its release, we've heard nothing from BioWare. They've been silent about sales for this game, which does tend to indicate, based on what we've seen on Steam, based on where we've seen it ranking in the PlayStation Store and things like this, that a lot of these reports about it selling abysmally looks like they're true. Because BioWare has not done what we typically see from these studios when they do have something they think is a success, they come out and they brag to the world. Not so much with Dragon Age the Veilguard. BioWare, it is not the same BioWare that it was 20, 15 years ago. That much is crystal clear. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.